The number one source of stress in your life. A wearable air conditioner, and what would you give up?
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Welcome to a Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. It's day 296 of Gotta Get on Ellen. Wow, we had some crazy storms yesterday. Did you have some storms wherever you are? Here at the Jersey Shore, I know the Philadelphia area, massive downpours, crazy lightning, strong winds. In fact, there was flash flooding all over when I was watching the news yesterday afternoon in the Philadelphia area. We've had a lot of high humidity, and when that happens, it's likely that a storm can pop up at any time. And boy, oh boy, did it pop up yesterday. And it kind of lasted the rest of the day. Started about 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere around there. Well, we had about an hour of lightning and thunder first. And then about an hour later, the rain came. And we went outside on our porch at one point, and almost the entire porch was wet. Like, that's how windy and strong the rain was coming in. It came right in through the screens and covered our complete porch. Crazy. Just crazy. So they're saying another chance of storms today because the humidity is sticking around. But they're saying they shouldn't be nearly as powerful as they were yesterday. Received a phone call yesterday from the library. I think they have just reopened. They were kind of laughing a little bit. They're like, we have 2 books for you that you had put on hold. If you'd still like them, we're going to keep them here for a couple of days. I have no idea what the books are. No idea. I think one of them might be Camino Island from John Grisham, which I have already read. Well, not Camino Island, Camino Winds, the newest one. But I'm not sure what they are. So I will take a ride by the library today to see what they do have. I have really, really built up a backlog of books. Got all these books from the library at the same time. Now I've got 2 more. Oh, my goodness. I'm reading a book right now called The Woman or the Girl with 7 Names. It is a memoir by a woman who grew up in North Korea, and she escapes from North Korea, and it is telling her story of growing up in North Korea and being separated from her family when she escaped from North Korea and her living her life. I am at the part where she's pretty much gone from North Korea, and there's probably no going back at this point. That seems to be the biggest issue, is she's worried she's never going to see her family again. Very, very interesting book. It really kind of opens your eyes to other cultures and how these people in other countries are brought up and how it's just normal for them because, you know, the state controls all of the media there, so they only tell them what they want them to know, and they teach history in a way that favors them. It's a very interesting read. But then, you know, when it all comes down to it, here's what I think is so great about reading about people from other cultures is it just kind of reinforces the fact that we really do have way more similarities than we do differences. We all really just want the same things out of life. And for the most part, we all kind of have the same life experience in the way that we live our day-to-day lives and what we want, our hopes, our dreams, the way we pursue things. So if you're looking for a good book, The Girl with 7 Names. Very, very interesting. And I have at least 3 books waiting for me, plus the 2 that are at the library. So I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, which is okay. I'm all right with that. Do you happen to have some Amazon stock? Yeah, big news yesterday. It hit $3,000 a share. Now, I'm not a stockholder. I don't own stock, but I had thought about purchasing some stock when quarantine hit. Because with the stock market having such drastic drops, that's usually a good time to purchase some stock. And I was kind of looking into what some of the prices of some of the stocks were. When the shutdown first happened, almost all stocks went down, except for, of course, Amazon. Because, yeah, you guessed it, home delivery. So they were at 2,000 something. I don't think it was close to 3,000 when I looked. And this was probably about 2-3 months ago. So it has just increased and increased and increased. So if you have some Amazon stock, good for you. They're saying that their net worth now is like $1.5 trillion. That's why I went on my little boycott of Amazon Prime when they upped it from $99 a year to $120 a year. It made me mad. It's just a money grab at that point. We had figured it out that a $20 increase for their 2 million Amazon Prime subscribers was a $2 billion profit for them. Yeah, it's just a money grab at that point. You're just taking more money from the people to make yourself a $1.5 trillion company. I managed to keep my boycott up for a whole year. I kept waiting for them to send me a notice begging me back. I kept waiting for them to say, Wendy, we miss you terribly. We're going to give you a good deal. Never happened. So I finally gave in and just joined Amazon Prime again. Lucky thing, too, because it's come in handy. It's come in handy in the last couple of months, for sure. I'm definitely doing a lot more shopping on Amazon than I have in the past, just for everyday things that I get at particular stores. Like there's certain things that I only get at Walmart. There's certain things that I only get at BJ's. You know, that type of thing. So now, one of them is my coffee. I've talked about before, the blueberry cobbler coffee. Love it. I typically always get that at Walmart. But I realized I can get it on Amazon for the same price and not have to actually go to Walmart. Nice, right? I like it. There's a new wearable air conditioner. It's from Sony, and it's about $130. Now, I guess there's a particular shirt you need to wear with it. I don't know if the shirt comes with it, but there's like a little pocket in the back of your shirt up high that is going to send cool air down your back. And the intent is to cool your entire body. I don't know. It sounds interesting to me. You could be cool wherever you are, outside at a picnic. Yes, I said it that way on purpose. And or if you're going to a concert, or if we ever have concerts again, you know, this could be a really big deal if it takes off. I'm not going to be one of the first to buy ones. I'm going to wait it out and see how the reviews go. I'm not leaving the house anyway for the foreseeable future. With all of the resurgence of the coronavirus, it's been a crazy time for sure. Today's topic is about what would you give up if you had to pick one of these things to give up. What do you think you would give up? Your choices are, you have to give up sugar, bread, cheese, pasta, or coffee. I think a lot of people go with coffee because it's something that it's like the first thing we do in the morning. It's what gets us going, and we think, whoa, I could never live without my coffee. And there are a lot of people that chose coffee. In fact, Sandra says in this order, I couldn't give up coffee, coffee, and coffee. I think when it comes to my own personal choice, I think I could give up coffee. I didn't really even start drinking coffee until like age 23 or something. And I love my coffee, don't get me wrong. But you know what I love a little bit more? And it's not something that I eat every day, but it's part of my little weekend ritual. Cheese and crackers. Love my cheese and crackers. I now that it's tomato season, I slice some mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, put that on a sliced up tomato. Could you imagine a burger with no cheese? What? Yeah, I use cheese a lot. I love me some cheese. Melinda says that she would indeed have a hardest time with cheese. She says she's given up the rest. You know, that's something to think about, giving up coffee. I would eliminate a lot of sweetener from my diet. I don't use real sugar in coffee. I use sweetener. I use stevia. And now I use creamer, too. Drank coffee black for 20 years. Now all of a sudden I have to have creamer. It's crazy. Cheryl says, coffee, though I've reduced how much I drink, I don't really need any of those. Come on, Cheryl. You need one of them at least. Come on. You can't be that good. Making us all look bad. Joe says all of them. Beverly says cheese. No, wait, sugar. No, wait, pasta. Oh, the hell with it. Not giving anything up. I'll just go down in flames. A lot of people saying sugar. Sugar's tough because, you know, you don't realize how much sugar there is in the things that we're eating and drinking. Like, could you have coffee without sugar? Could you give up candy? Cakes? Bread contains sugar? Yeah, there's sugar in just about everything. I'd have to say most people say it's kind of a tie between cheese and coffee. Kimberly says it would be hardest for her to give up coffee. She said it would be hard for me, but dangerous for others around her. Right? Carolyn says it would be hardest to give up sugar, with pasta and bread a close second. Yeah, you know, I don't know why I do these things. It's just mean. It's just cruel. Why do we have to give up anything? We don't. This is America. We can eat all the cheese and pasta and bread and sugar that we'd like and have as much coffee as we want. That's right. That's right. Today's blog post about your number one source of stress, the drain of social media. As we begin our conversation about toxicity, I'm bringing out the big guns right at the start. Whether you agree with me or not, social media causing all sorts of stress in your life. Unless you're not on social media, then obviously it's not a source of stress for you. But there are very few people that are still not on any type of social media. But social media, probably one of the biggest causes of feelings of inadequacy, sadness, anger. You are constantly getting subliminal messages and then not so subliminal messages while on social media. And most of them, just not good. Think about the places where you know you will find a division and people who love to stir up trouble. I've mentioned many times my own community group page. The people who post the most are those who have completely different ideologies than my own. They have a childlike sense of humor and can turn any post into something that is often complained about on the page. For example, someone will post that they're leaving North Jersey and asking about traffic conditions coming down. There will likely be posts like this. Hope you have lots of bread for the ducks. Feeding the ducks bread is frowned upon around here, so somebody's always got to throw that in there. Or someone will just post, I'm on my way down with a carload of fireworks. Frankly, it's childish. It's old and it's tired, and to me, it's just not funny. Yet there are always people that put a little laughy face on the post, encouraging more posts like that. There are always the political posts that I believe people share just to stir up trouble with those on the other side. It's awful. Yet I'm still on it. Can't seem to tear myself away. I say it's because I don't want to miss out when there's actually informative posts about something in the neighborhood. Maybe that's a little true, but the stress it causes me would likely be worth a little information, missing a little information here and there. I guess I'm addicted to it. I don't know. I don't let it bother me as much as I used to, but I still find it annoying and frankly appalling at how people speak to each other in this group. You know, our neighbors. I have this little sign that I had made up. Joe and I do not have a boat. One of the few in this area. We are on like a main canal out to the bay, so we get a lot of boat traffic. So I had made up this sign that I had made in one of those workshops, and it says, "Looking for boat rides. We bring beer and snacks." Last summer was the first summer I put it out. And, people get a kick out of it. They, make remarks when they're driving by. They ask what kind of beer, what kind of snacks. They say they'll get us on the next round. It's fun. Frankly, I don't even want to put the sign out anymore. I don't want to engage with these people that like when I wave to you on your boat going by. Are you one of the ones that called me names in one of these posts? It just makes me feel, I don't know, different about my own neighbors, which I think is crazy. And it makes you feel like different towards certain people. Like when somebody puts up a political post and one of your friends or your neighbors or whatever likes it and it's something you strongly are against, don't you now look at your neighbor a little bit like, whoa, I didn't know they felt that way? You think a little bit differently? Yeah. Kind of crazy. So, I don't let these things bother me as much as I used to, but, like I said, still appalling how these people speak to each other. I think I will maybe use the snooze feature on Facebook where you can take a 30-day break from certain groups, pages, and people. I'll see if my social media experience improves at all. Probably a good idea for the next couple months as the election ramps up. Today is Election Day, by the way, in New Jersey. Get out and vote. You should have received a mail-in ballot. So if you did not, I believe you can still go to the polls and cast your vote in person. How about more subtle messages you get from Facebook friends? I had a group of friends that I worked with at a radio station about 15 years ago. We were all around the same age, hung out together outside of work all the time. We were a tight-knit group. As time went on and we all connected on Facebook, I would see that many of them were still very close. There were gatherings that I wasn't included in. They all commented and kept up with each other's feeds. Yet I never really heard from most of them personally on my page or posts. At one point, I deleted a couple of people from my feed from this group. Then they friend requested me again. And I thought, okay, you're going to go out of your way to friend request me after I deleted you. Okay. Yet they still never commented on anything. They never gave a reaction to anything. Yet I could see that they were very active in other people's posts from the group, but never commented on anything that I had to say. So why is it important for them to remain friends with me on Facebook? That's the part I don't get. It doesn't make any sense to me, because when you're looking at a post from someone that you have mutual friends with, Facebook will highlight those people on your own list when they comment or react on that mutual friend's post. And it made me feel bad every time I saw someone supporting another person's silly post but never had contact with me. Do I take Facebook a little too seriously? Maybe. Probably. But it was making me feel bad. So I deleted said people again. In fact, I went ahead and deleted most of those friends from the past because I don't know why they stopped including me, but I didn't need a daily reminder that they did. Let's talk about Instagram for a minute. And all those celebrities that we love to follow. Yeah, the posts we see of them looking fabulous and living their best life is a constant drain on how we don't have it as good. It sets us up for comparison, whether we realize it or not. Our brain is constantly comparing ourselves to other people, whether we're doing it consciously or not. When we're constantly being bombarded with images of things we don't have or ways people look that we can't attain, it makes us feel bad. I have to say that some celebrities are starting to post pictures and videos of themselves when they are home without makeup and dressed down. I applaud them for that. It sends the message that even those we admire don't wake up looking fabulous. They also have times when they are just laying around in sweats, spending the day in front of the TV. It normalizes them. We are all normal. We are all having the same life experience. Some are just better at putting on a good Instagram face. But when you see the normalized posts, it's a good comparison as opposed to those that make us feel less than. Now let's talk about those chronic complainers. You know the people who are always spouting off about something that is pissing them off. They find fault in everything anyone does and feels the need to tell everyone about it. Draining much? I think so. I have enough of my own problems to complain about. I don't need to read about yours constantly. It's okay to vent once in a while, but there are those who post about every single grievance they have. It's too much. Unfollow, snooze, defriend. Stop the madness. Just stop the madness. Now, I will never tell you to cut your social feed off. I can't for purposes of my business, but honestly, I probably wouldn't anyway. But cutting down on your consumption will probably have a dramatic effect on your life. Stop checking your feed every hour or every half hour or every 10 minutes. I know you were, but what if I miss a post from a friend? Okay, if someone wants you to know something, truly wants you to know something, they will tell you. Now, I have had instances where people were like, well, I put something up on Facebook and you didn't comment. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't order my feed. Facebook does. They decide what they feel is important on any given day, post, what have you, as to what to highlight. Facebook is not a source of communication. If somebody is accusing you of ignoring them on Facebook, you need to have a chat with them to let them know you don't live on Facebook. However, you do have a phone. So feel free to call me or feel free to text me or even send me an email. But don't put something up on Facebook and get mad at me when I don't respond to it because you don't know if I've seen that post. Communication off of Facebook. It's important. Think about how you can curtail your social media feed so that it brings you positive messages and feelings of empowerment instead of the opposite. Unfollow those complainers and those who just like to start trouble. Your social media feed is supposed to work for you. It's supposed to include what you want to see, not what makes you angry. If that's not your experience right now, think about some changes. It's really easy to do. A couple of clicks here and there can change your whole experience. Oh my, it is a Tuesday. Go grab a taco and snooze someone that brings you down on Facebook today and see how you feel a month later without their drama. Now go on out there and be a badass. You know I'm cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Snooze, unfollow, delete.